Okay, hey, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you guys a story time. This is going to be like an 8-part series of a story time. Probably do them on Fridays. This one is coming out on Monday just because of the schedule didn't match up. But if you guys know from my last video, I told you guys, I tell you guys all the time, I'm a licensed cosmetologist, aka a licensed hairstylist. So I went to school, got my license to do hair. I'm certified to do hair, and I have worked in salons. I think I worked in salons for about maybe like 4 years or so after I got out of school and stuff like that. So throughout that time, I worked a lot of places. I think I worked in about 9 to 10 different salons all across everywhere. I done worked in the hood. I done worked in the high end. I done worked with the rich of the rich, like the celebrities, the everything. So been there, done that. So I'm here to tell you my stories so you guys can decide for yourself if you want to go to hair school, if you want to deal with that, especially the high-end clientele, because that's just a different type of situation altogether. You have to be really ready to be into that atmosphere and stuff like that. Money's great. Money's good. That's how I got where I'm at right now. 4th apartment, money, etc. You know, better than what I was doing before I went to hair school. So if you guys want to know about the stories or just want to have some entertainment, I'm here to tell you guys. So sit back, get something to drink, get a snack, listen up, because these are true stories. These happened to me personally, and yeah, you'll be surprised how crazy the salon gets. So stay tuned. All right, so as you can see by the title, this story is about this salon that I was at. This was in a very rich part of New York City, on the upper side of New York City, if you know what I'm talking about. I didn't really like to get jobs up there because it was very hard for me to get there from where I lived, but the money was good, the tips was good, so I said I'm gonna just do it. So anyway, as you can see, it says drunk clients, dirty towels, all work, no pay. So you're gonna see what happens. So basically, this salon was like a hole in the wall. This was probably as big as maybe your average size room, with a little bit more space or whatever, but it was very small. Yeah, a few people could fit in there at a time and stuff like that. I don't know, that's just how New York City is. Everything is so tight, everything is so like claustrophobic. So anyway, went there, got the job, etc. Boss seemed cool at first. They always do. Seemed cool at first. The money was good enough. When I worked at the salon, I found out that I passed my exam. So I was licensed, so I could do more things. I can do clients, I can do blow dries, I can do different things like that. You know, so I had a little bit more access, a little bit more freedom. So I was still an assistant at this time. I met a really cool co-worker that worked with me there. We're gonna call her D. She became my really good friend. Even when I left that salon, we still kept in touch, still talked, still hung out and stuff like that. Really cool girl. I never had an issue with her at all. Time went past or whatever, things were progressing, stuff like that. He would have times where he would leave us at the salon to go do different things like that. People would walk in and I would have to take them, or my coworker would have to take them as well. Quick little blow dry, wash, whatever. We wouldn't get paid for the work we did. We would only get tips and the pay that he gave us, I believe. I'm not sure how much it was, but it wasn't nothing crazy. So we had to check the client out, do their hair, etc., and he would reap the benefits pretty much. We would get paid, but not the amount that he's getting, obviously. So anyway, it was fine, it was cool. We liked being there by ourselves and stuff like that. And that salon also offered wine, like complimentary. I do not drink, if you guys know that about me. I have never had a drink a day in my life. Not know how to pour how much wine for these people. So I'm pouring them like it's cups of juice. You know, the wine cups is like, you know, pretty big like this. I'm pouring it almost to the rim, and I'm giving it to these people, and they saying, you know, oh, what a generous pour, what a generous pour. He's seeing me pour this much wine, and he's not saying anything. So I give them another cup and another cup. He's not saying anything. So they're getting drunk in the salon, they're getting crazy, stuff like that. So, you know, how would you put somebody in charge of making the drinks that doesn't even drink and has no idea how much to pour? So they would get a little crazy. Things would get a little crazy with him and the clients and stuff like that. And, you know, yeah, so not like violent or nothing like that, but yeah, they would get drunk in there. So anyway, after a while, I started pouring them less because I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna be blamed for nothing. It's just wine, but I mean, they would get drunk off the wine. So drunk clients or whatever. One time, we have like, you know, if we go to a salon, they see like a whole bunch of towels. So usually have like a laundry service to take those out, or they have the assistants washing them. Usually when I work at the salon, they have a washer and dryer. All day I wash towels like crazy. That's your job as an assistant in the salon. But he did not have a laundry room in that small, tiny salon that we worked in. So he had to take them out himself and do them. So one time we ran out of towels. Yes, towels. And we had clients coming in. So I said, what do you want us to do? He said, use the ones you already used on other people. Use the dirty towels. Just make sure they're not too dirty. Make sure they have color on them or nothing like that. Just make sure it was just from a simple wash. So it's not too crazy, but it's still like a dirty towel I'm using for a client, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did that or whatever. I did not want to do it, but I had no choice. The boss told me to do it, so I had to do it. I was like, well, and I looked at my coworker like, what do you want me to do? You know, like, we looked at each other like. So yeah, that happened just the one time or whatever. At a time where everything was cool, right? Like I said, everything was cool. Clients was coming in, different things like that. At one point he had me closing the salon or whatever. He would already have been left. You know, it's like that boss that kind of like is in and out, not really there, only there when he has a client or whatever, just having us do his work for him, basically like a servant type of situation. Yes, we're getting paid, but he's pretty much out. He's getting the big money. We're getting a little change that's scattered around in the salon or whatever. But anyway, so at one point, he had this lady come in. As you guys know, I don't know if you guys know, but my ethnicity, I'm half black and I'm half Italian. My mom's black, so I know how to do ethnic hair and stuff like that. I'm really good at that. My whole family, I do their hair, etc. I know how to do their hair pretty much. So yeah, a lady came in. I forgot if she had a natural hairstyle or whatever, but I'm sure that I did her hair in the salon. She only came there one time, right? So she really liked me or whatever, really liked what I did with her hair and stuff like that. And she ended up calling the salon one day and asking to speak to me. The owner picked up the phone. He said, oh, you want to speak to Crystal? And she said, yeah, I want to speak to Crystal. So he passed me the phone. Actually, like I said, this is a very small place. So blow dryers are going on. When them blow dryers on, you can't hear a thing. I'm on a cordless phone and I'm like, hello? And I could not hear her. So I stepped out the salon. Mind you, the desk is right here, right? And I stepped out of the salon just in the front where the door was at so I can hear her. I didn't go across the street with the phone or nothing like that. It wasn't a secret or nothing like that. So I stepped out the salon at the front door and I was like, hello. And she's like, oh, hey, it's Crystal. I said, yeah. She said, oh, remember me? So-and-so, whatever. So she was asking me if I could do a certain kind of hairstyle on her. I said, yes, but we don't offer that at the salon. So I'm not sure if my boss would say yes or not or whatever. So I think I did ask him, but he said no because, you know, he didn't know like what price to give her. And if I did the work for, let's just say she wanted box braids and he was gonna charge her like $300, which that's how much I pay for mine, $300. I'm not getting that money. I'm gonna sit there for 6 to 8 hours doing that head, right? And I'm not gonna get a stitch of that $300, even though I did the work. Why? I don't know. That's just how it goes. I'm not actually, he didn't really promote me to be a stylist on the floor, even though I'm licensed. I'm still learning basically. So I would do that for her and for, you know, not getting nothing, just my regular pay and maybe a tip that she give me if she want to or whatever. But I think it's that she either didn't want to come to the salon or he was charging too much, and she asked me how much would I charge her to do it. So I told her, but I said, you know, you would have to come to the salon to get it done. And if that was the case, he's going to take the money pretty much, you know what I'm saying? So I never told her, oh, I'll meet you somewhere else or I'll come to you, because to me that's the interest. I don't know her. I don't know nothing about her. I'm not gonna go to people's houses and I don't know them and stuff like that. That could be a bad situation. I don't want to bring her to where I lived either. I'm not gonna do that. So he can hear everything I'm saying on the phone to her. So I told her, no, I can't do it unless you come to the salon and he gives you this price or whatever. So she said, no, that's okay or whatever. I'll find somebody else. I really wanted you to do it, but you know how it goes. So anyway, gave him back the phone. I hung up the phone or whatever. And he was like, oh, what was that about? So I told him and stuff like that. He immediately got mad, saying that I was trying to solicit his clients. So I told her if she wanted the service done, she can come to the salon and get it done. She did not like the price that he was giving to her. So I told her that what I would have charged her, but she still had to come to the salon. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So, you know, he wasn't going to say yes anyway because he wanted a bigger amount of money. I was going to charge a lesser amount and it just wasn't going to work out, you know. But regardless, I was going to do it in the salon. She came to the salon one time to get her hair done. It's not like she came to the salon for the last 20 years and I'm trying to take his client away from him. Like, I don't know why he saw it like that. Like I was being in secret. You can't do the braids anyway. So you would need me to do them in order to make the money, right? So that didn't make any sense. How am I soliciting the client? I just said the price that I would give her, but she would do it in his salon, which he would get the money anyway. So he got mad. So usually I don't really talk back to the boss or nothing like that, but he was getting too crazy. So I had to, like, you know, let him know, like, I don't know who you talking to basically, but I'm not trying to take nobody's client. You can't do the braids anyway. So what does it even matter? I already told her no. So Like after that, we was not cool at all no more. We would be in a salon by ourselves, barely talking. I was telling him I'm going to lunch. He's like, whatever, you know, all that type of stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm quitting or whatever. So note to self, if you're going to quit your job, get your last check before you quit your job, because I didn't do that. So basically, I told him one day, I was trying to work up the courage, tell him I'm leaving, I'm not going to be here no more, because he's acting too funny, and I didn't have time for that nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Because you think I'm trying to take your clients, and the lady only been here once, and she liked what I did for her hair or whatever. You can't even do her hair. So, like, what do you care? So before that happened, I had worked with this lady in the first salon. You'll hear about that in another story. But the first salon I worked with her, we was cool. Like, we was cool. At least I thought it was cool. We was cool. We was tight. She was like a good friend of mine at the salon. So I lost touch with her. But she ended up coming to the salon, the hole in the wall salon, and working. I was like, oh my God, Maria, or Mary, or whatever. I'm going to use a fake name. Mary, I can't believe you're here, or whatever. She's like, oh, hey, Crystal, whatever. You know, everything was cool. But I found out that she ended up being a snitch. So she wanted to, I don't know if she wanted to get with the boss or whatever, and she liked him. She seemed like she liked him, or trying to work her way up the pole or whatever. I don't know what she was doing, but she was just being a snitch. She changed. She didn't like me no more. Me and my friend ended up not liking her, and it was just a whole big thing. She ended up getting fired anyway, because he said that he didn't like the way that she worked or did hair or something. They was from the same country, I believe, and everything like that. So I was just like, oh well, I don't care. She became a snitch. So we was good friends before, like back in the day, but I see her true colors now, like all about herself pretty much. So I worked up the courage to tell him that I'm quitting this week. Like, this is my last week or my last 2 days. And he's like, oh, why didn't you give me more time? Okay, well, whatever. So anyway, after those 2 days, I ended up leaving. I think my friend already like stopped working there or something like that. I'm not sure. So he wouldn't have nobody. He wouldn't have me. He wouldn't have her. And he fired the other girl. So I mean, you are the owner. You do the hair. Like, you need us, but you don't really need us. And you can find somebody immediately. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't treat us right. So I'm out of there. So anyway, I left. So come time to get my check or whatever, I called and I was like, how come I didn't get my direct deposit? He's like, oh, I'm not paying you for the last week. You didn't give me enough notice, so I'm not paying you. And I said, oh, wow, that's crazy. So anyway, hung up. And I was like, so I worked for that whole week and you're not going to give me none of my money. I said, that's not even legal. So like, that's like servant like things. Like, no. So I ended up getting a new job and I made pretty much triple at this job. This is my last salon job after this one. Pretty much making triple. So I ended up calling like different places, like lawyers and things like that. And they was like, you would have to go to small claims court in order to get your money. The money was like, he was paying us not a lot of money. So the money was probably like $200 and something for the week, to be honest, like $230 for the week. So I wanted my money, but they said, by the time you go to small claims court and get your money, I have to take off from your new job. I'll end up getting fired from my new job trying to get back my $233 from this man. By the time I go to court, I'm going to pay more money in court fees than he's going to give me. And that's if he even shows up to the court. So I just said, you know what, I'm gonna just leave it alone, and that's pretty much it that happened with that. So I never got paid, never got my money. So moral to the story, like I said, is if you're gonna quit, get your check first, get your last check, and then quit the week after or whatever it's gonna be, or give them notice, I guess. But he was acting too crazy and too stink for me to be even around him anymore, accusing me of something that I didn't even do. The lady never came to get her hair done anyway, so who got the money in the end? He didn't get the money. I didn't get the money. So what does it even matter? Thinking I'm like soliciting clients from you, keep it in a secret. I'm literally not even 3 feet, 3 steps away from you while I'm on this phone. She asked to speak to me. You act like I told her to call and speak to me. Like, she wanted to speak to me. She could have a preference to what she want to do her hair. How are you going to do box braids? You have no idea how to do them. And I'm the one that knows how to do them. Not that I wanted to do them, because like I said, I'm not going to get the money from it. But, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, that's pretty much the story. So like I said, drunk clients, dirty towels, hole in the wall, no pay, etc. So these salons will do you dirty if they let you, if you let them do it. Like I said before, they'll start paying you $50 a day. And I have a story about that as well. So if you guys like these stories, let me know down below. These are true stories that happened to me. I will not be using any names in these stories. I'm not trying to get in no trouble. No names, no locations, no bosses' names, no none of that. But this happened. So anyway, if you guys like the story, like I said, leave it down below. Let me know you liked it. And part 2 will be next week. Part 2 is going to be about you getting $70 a day Not allowed to leave the building for any reason. Once I'm in there, it's like I'm in jail. I cannot leave to go to lunch. I cannot leave to go to the store. I'm there from 8:30 to 6:30. I cannot leave. Lunch break is 10 minutes long. This guy wanted to control everything that I did. He wanted to control how I wore my hair, how I acted, this, that. So yeah, that'll be the story next week for you guys. And hopefully you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.